Good evening. Welcome to Salem City's Night at Salem Community College. This is a special evening. My name is Mike Gorman. I have the privilege of serving as the president of your Salem Community College, the affordable, quality, empowering, and personalized educational opportunity. I promise no other advertisements this evening. I have the privilege of serving as the Master of Ceremonies for this evening as well, which is just as much of an honor as serving as the president. I want to make a special welcome to our honorees, Jonathan Taylor. We'll hear more. And also to make this an even bigger night, we have the 2021 championship football team. We have another Ram legend with us this evening, Lydell Mitchell. You'll be hearing from him shortly. I want to welcome Dr. Patrick Michelle, Superintendent of Salem City Schools. Special welcome to Jonathan's family and friends, as well as to everyone who is joining us this evening as this is being broadcast live stream. So there are people in other parts of the world that are having an opportunity to see this, plus we'll record it and have it available later on. We're extremely proud as the community college to be able to do this. We are the home to the Sports Hall of Fame for Salem County, and this night has been a few years in the making. So we're really privileged to be able to conduct this. This evening wouldn't be possible without the time, effort, and energy of the Salem Community College Foundation that sponsors the Hall of Fame under the direction of Seal Smith and our sponsors, New Jersey American Water, Mannington Mills, Stand Up for Salem. Will Seal and our sponsors please stand and be recognized? We have several elected officials who will be joining us on stage shortly. We'll get to that in a few moments. I want to welcome our college leaders because this college is really very special to the county, and it's because of the volunteers that put the effort in to make this the place that it is. And this evening we have our trustee chair, Ida Bowen. Ida, I know you're over here in the crowd. Please wave there. And our trustee of more than 25 years, who also serves as the chair of the foundation, Dot Hall. Dot, I know you're in the crowd here somewhere. These people help make this place what it is, and we appreciate that. There are several members from the Sports Hall of Fame board with us. Will they please stand and wave to the crowd? Come on, folks, you know who you are. At this time, I would ask you to please rise, if you are able, for the national anthem performed by Jacob Martinez, a junior at Salem High School.
Hey, y'all. Anyways. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Jacob, thank you, thank you, thank you. Very, very well done. We're privileged this evening to have several elected officials with us, and I wanted to call upon our 3rd District Representative, Senator John Bersicelli, to come up here first.
Superintendent. Good afternoon to everyone. I've been following Salem High School football for many, many years. In fact, when my alma mater, Paulsboro High School, stopped playing on Thanksgiving Day, shows made by others, I adopted the Salem-Woodstown game as my Thanksgiving Day game. That goes back to the days when Chuck Sullivan was the voice of Salem football on AM radio. That's how long that has been. Watched Jonathan play football, heard great stories of Lydell Mitchell, but of course remember his Penn State career and his professional career. And Lydell, let me say to you, I think Jonathan, some of his management people are here. You make it an offer before the evening's over. I'm looking at you. You have not aged. You look magnificent. Thank you. Jonathan has been recognized in a lot of ways in a lot of different places, and more recognition will follow him for the reasons we all know to be true. Not only is he a magnificent and accomplished athlete, he is a wonderful person. But let me say this to him. Jonathan, when you can be recognized by the people who know you, when you can come home to this welcome, to be included in this Hall of Fame, and to the committee, congratulations as well. This means a great deal. You'll have great honors. You've had great honors, you'll have more honors. This one, I think, will be there for you a long time, because when the people that know you make this declaration, it means something very personal. So I say to you, not that you need to hear from me, but welcome home. And as I said to you, I thought you looked real good in Wisconsin red and white, but I knew you were very comfortable in Indianapolis blue and white, where you should be. So let me also say, and Jonathan, you didn't get to meet them, but Assemblywoman Heather Simmons, Dave Bailey, bring their regards. They're my partners in the lower house. Of course, they won't like me to say lower house, so both their age are here. And I also bring greetings to you from our next governor of the state of New Jersey, Steve Sweeney. And we bring you this very formal resolution from both houses, signed by the Speaker and the President of the Senate. And to you, congratulations. Enjoy this evening, and just continue to succeed, and above all, be happy. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Senator. We appreciate it very much. At this time, I would like to call upon Commissioner Director Ben Lowry, Ed Ramsey, Commissioner, and Cordy Taylor, Commissioner, to step forward. I think they're the ones that are here this evening. For those who are not from the area, commissioners used to be called freeholders, and now it's their commissioners, and every time you lapse back into freeholder, it costs you $1.
First thing I was told tonight is not to mention Ohio State. Sorry about that. The two commissioners, I'm Ben Laurie, director. I have Gordy Ostrom with me on my left. I'm sorry. Cordy Taylor. No relation. Sorry. Okay, and we have Ed Ramsey. So we appreciate them being here tonight to recognize you in this great honor. We have a proclamation for you, and I'm going to just read through as quickly as I can. You did a lot. You did amazing. Mr. Taylor is a former Salem High School graduate who earned first-team all-conference honors during his junior year and was named first-team all-state as well as all-South Jersey times. Offensive Player of the Year after setting a New Jersey single-season record with 2,510 yards, rushing yards, and 35 touchdowns during his senior year, thus finishing his Salem High School career with a total of 4,642 rushing yards and 51 touchdowns, which resulted in receiving the Jim Henry Award for Best High School Football Player of the Year for New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. Yeah. That's just high school football. Now we go. Mr. Taylor also won back-to-back New Jersey Meet of Champions title in the 100-meter dash and was named South Jersey Times Boys Track Athlete of the Year during his junior and senior years in Salem High School. Now we move to football. In college, Mr. Taylor became an All-American running back at the University of Wisconsin and an All-Pro with the National Football League's Indianapolis Colts. And during his illustrious 3 seasons at Wisconsin University, Mr. Taylor was the Doak Walker Award winner, a unanimous All-American choice, first-team All-Big Ten, Big Ten Running Back of the Year, 2018 and 2019, and in 2021, Mr. Taylor was named first-time All-Pro and received the Burt Bell Award presented annually by the Maxwell Football Club to the best player in the NFL. Very impressive, but what might be more impressive, at least to the Salem County residents, Mr. Taylor has made significant positive impact to the Salem County community by dedicating a yearly football camp where he personally attends and motivates our local youth groups to strive towards their goals. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Salem County Board of County Commissioners recognizes Jonathan Taylor for his academic, professional, and community achievements. It is with great honor to announce that Jonathan Taylor will officially be inducted into the Salem Community College Sports Hall of Fame.
It says all of that. I'm not going to read it again. It says all of that. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And if Commissioner Ed Ramsey will hold up a photo, you will be recognized from Salem County Commissioners. Yes, you will be 39 feet tall on the side of one of our buildings. It will be painted, a mural will be painted on the side of one of our buildings. Thank you. God bless. Thank you.
Whenever we have events like this, you always worry that you're going to miss somebody along the way. And our Board of Trustees, as I recognized the chair, Ida Bowen, a short while ago, but also this evening we have with us board members Gregory Wright, Gwen Paris Atwell, and B.J. Ayers, who also serves as the chair of or the president of our Alumni Association. Thank you for coming out this evening, folks. And thank you to the person who caught that. At this point, we're getting more local. And we want to go to Salem City, and I ask Mayor Veller to step forward. And I believe you have council members who are going to join you for this.
I just want to say what an honor it is to be here tonight. On behalf of myself and City Council, with a proclamation honoring Mr. Taylor. And I'm not going to read all your accomplishments because they are numerous. But I just want to say how grateful I am that you come back and you do this camp for the kids. And not just that, but every time I've ever seen you do an interview, you manage to say something about Salem. And you put us out there in this positive light. And you represent really the heart of the community. Because there are so many people who just look at the outside, not the spirit, and think that maybe we're a little less, and you give us more. So thank you. I am so grateful for that.
Before we go on to our next speaker, just as a point of interest, how many people in this room tonight have a Salem High School diploma? Pretty good number. How many have worked in the school district or in the city throughout the years? Yeah, it's very impressive to see the unity of the city being demonstrated tonight. And leading into that, we greatly appreciate the support of the Salem City School District and Salem High School in making tonight possible. Will Dr. Michelle please join me at the lectern, and we'd have a commemoration. Then I'd like you to speak to the crowd. This is the plaque that is on display down here, but it's also ready for display at Salem High School.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank all those who made tonight possible. There's a Salem night, and I'm extremely proud for all of you that are here tonight and all who made this happen. I would like to acknowledge my board members, Ms. Bentley. I see her. Ms. Bentley, if you could raise your hand and give her a nice round of applause. Also want to recognize my other board member, Mr. Jared Bacon. I'm getting low, so I can't see. Just also wanted to recognize a few alumni. Tanner Humphreys is here. He graduated from St. Joe's University not too long ago. Works at a bank, so I'm gonna hit him up for some money. Okay. We also have Keenan Cheeks, Justin, Amani, Ray Bentley, all these wonderful kids, Justin Harris. But just a lot of people make the mistake of thinking with just one thing, and it's a mistake. And we have wonderful young scholars in our schools, outstanding athletes. We could probably do a Hall of Fame for Ayana, how well she's done and how accomplished she is and how quickly she finished school even. And so, so we have a lot of wonderful people. I just want to say two things about the team that's being recognized. That 2021 team was a wonderful team. We've always had wonderful teams. And I just remember that year being a year of adversity. And I want to recognize the challenge that year was. That year we lost to Paulsboro during the regular season, and it was a wreck. I hate losing to Paulsboro. And we've been losing to Paulsboro for a long time. We were losing to Paulsboro with Coach Thomas. I mean, it was just bad. So when we won that game, and we have a great picture that Coach Wright gave me where it shows the kids from Paulsboro one knee down and our fans going crazy. And we lost to Paulsboro JT's year. Did I say I don't like Paulsboro? But I do. But that year, we also lost somebody that year, and I do want to recognize her tonight, and that's Ms. Veronica Wright Santos. That was a hard year, and so I want to recognize her tonight and that 2021 team. They were resilient, they were tough, but we've always had resilient, tough teams, but that team went through a lot that year. That was the post-COVID year coming back. It was a lot of logistics, trying to figure that out. We weren't even sure if we were really gonna have a team. It was just tough. And then Coach Wright went through a lot that year. It was just a lot. And so I just wanna recognize all my kids that are on this side of the room, all the coaches that were involved. We had a great kicker that year. Just amazing, amazing team. As far as the inductee, what's been said has already been said. But beyond being a great player, He's a great person. I'm probably saying some things that I'm not supposed to say right now, but we used to pray when he was making his decisions in Mr. Mulhorn's office, and Mr. Mulhorn sends his regards as well as Mr. Roberts. We were proud when Harvard and Yale came to recruit him because he had the academic profile to get in. JT broke all kind of barriers, stuff that I didn't even reveal to him at the time, but I wanted it to be cool to be smart in Salem. And he made it cool to be smart. He went into the IB program and did his thing. And a lot of people at that time were reluctant to. And I wanted to break that stereotype, and he helped break it. And I thought that was important. And so I owe a great deal of gratitude and professional gratitude for him for breaking that stereotype. The other piece about him is that when he was going through Wisconsin, I remember he called me because the coach at the time had him, somebody from the office contacted him and said, we needed to talk to you. And that's when he first realized he was going to be drafted or possibly drafted. And I remember just that long ride talking to him, and I was letting him know that was the first time where he realized this is different, because not everybody else on that team was being called to the NFL that way. And this young man is just a talent. He's a beautiful person. And if there was a Hall of Fame for just being a good person, he'd be inducted in that too.
Thank you very much, Patrick. We really appreciate that. Montrey Wright was Salem's head coach from 2015 to 2022 seasons. During his tenure, he led the team to a 67-24 record and the 2022 New Jersey State Sectional Championship, the 2021 State Championship for Group 1, as well as the 2021 Sectional Championship. Overall, Montrey led his Salem team to championships 6 out of his 8 seasons. Coach, would you join me at the lectern, please? This plaque commemorates the 2021 team as the NJSIA Group 1 champion. Hold on to it. Okay, your microphone's here. Bring them up here,
Gotcha. Hey, fellas, you can join me on the stage, fellas. You guys can come up. Sorry. Got room over here, don't worry. Seems something. What's going on? What's up, boy? Guys. What's up? First and foremost, I mean, you have to thank people who actually support us to get us here. For my coaches, can you please join the stage as well? So I want to bring my coaches to come up. Coach Reg, Coach Bentley, Coach Barnes, Coach Goldman, Coach Jones. I mean, Keenan, Amani, Justin, you guys are part of this thing too. I need you guys up here as well. Coach Bentley. I could sit here and say a lot of things. But the guys behind me, resilient group of guys, and we also had a lot of support, and a lot of support came from things like Ms. Debbie Grelly, who prepared lunch for us during summer camps, and Ms. Debbie, we appreciate you for that, for being there. Miss Bentley for making her great pasta, you know, that the kids enjoyed, and they almost was fighting over it from times because it was so good. But from Miss Bentley, so we want to say thank you for that, for all the support in this here tonight. I see a lot of good people here tonight who was a part of our journey. It was a great journey, and we're very proud. When we played on Saturdays, you know, we always wore our heart, you know, to the city, and it meant a lot to us. So, you know, you have guys like Dr. Michelle, who mentored me through my process of coming through Salem High School and just being a stand-up guy with the team. I mean, Doc is, I don't know if you guys know, but Doc is on his way to retirement. And it's going to be sad to see him go, but he meant a lot to this program. He always gave back to our community and our kids. And Doc, I just want to say thank you for everything that you did for us and putting us in a position to be successful. And we wouldn't be here without the efforts that you put in. So I want to say thank you for everything you did for us. The 2021 football season, it was a roller coaster. We were coming in the season. We all know that Delta was alive. Delta variant was alive, and my mother actually ended up catching it. And she ended up passing away going into our week 1 game. But before that, we had a game against Camden. And I wasn't at practice for 2 weeks, and I always told myself, if I'm not at practice, I can't be involved. I trusted my coaches to get the job done, and they did it. They did it, and we were on the field at halftime, and it was a tough game against Camden. I looked these guys in their eyes, and they could tell you, you guys are one of the best teams in the state of New Jersey. You guys can pull this game off. You guys prepared for it. You worked hard for it. You deserve to be here at this showcase. And they pulled it together. Nate Wilson, a special player, made the field goal, and that started our season. And from when Nate made that field goal, in my mind, I said, it's on. It's on. So Nate actually started our season, and Ja'Kai Colts, Jaden Wright, Josiah Gildersleeve, a special group of guys. And as the season went on, and I was still dealing with the turmoil with my mother, I started to begin to ease up because I knew these guys had my back. Like, I never been a part of a group to where guys are checking up on me, contacting me every day, talking to my wife, making sure that she's okay with dealing with me in a situation. So it was a big deal, and it meant a lot to me. And we could always talk about it, that we could have put this season on Netflix. It would have been a #1 seller because the events that was happening on and on, like Doc brought up a point where we lost to Paulsboro in the regular season. And we expected to win that game because we worked so hard to win that game. And after that game, I remember we lost, and us coaches vowed to coach these guys harder because we want to make sure they're going to be successful at the end. And if you guys can remember, we started our practice doing sprints. We'll go individual drills. We'll do sprints again. These guys probably did probably 100 sprints that night. Just wanted to send a message because we didn't want them to cheat themselves. And as they walked off the field, I sat back and said, these guys did all these sprints and they really trusted everything that we were telling them to do. They're going to win a championship. And that's when it hit me. So as we went into the championship game, these guys was motivated. They did something that nobody did since, legendary Bub Weissel. And the city was behind us. Like Doc said, that picture is something that I look at every day in my office, and it just gives me chills because they vowed to get it done, and they did it, and they did it with class, they did it with respect, and they did it the Salem way. And as a testimony tonight, we're here from our hard work. I wouldn't be here tonight if these guys didn't vow to put the work in to be here. So after the Paulsboro game, we had another game with the Woodstown game. And it was tough going into the Woodstown game. It's a rival game. You want to keep it alive, but the way they make sports today where, you want to make sure you keep your guys healthy going into that type of game. We ended up losing, but we refocused, and we ended up going to Rutgers and becoming state champions. So to everybody tonight, when you see these guys, just don't look at them as athletes. A lot of these guys on the stage is college students. A lot of guys have great jobs up here. A lot of guys are great kids and great families to their mother and fathers. These guys are guys who sparked their season up. These are the kids who want to aspire to be like now, because they believe that everything that we instilled in them, and it also started with Jonathan. So the foundation was with Jonathan, and these guys took the baton and ran with it, and now we're here. So I want to personally say thank you to you guys for even showing up tonight, and again, continue to have my back, and to continue to let the city see the special things we're doing right now, and just keep it going. Because you got to remember, you're not just representing yourself, you're representing your family, Salem, and all the hard work that you did. So I want to say thank you to everyone, the Salem Community College committee, for Hall of Fame committee, for having us. I mean, this is special, and I can talk about it forever, but I won't. But it's special. It's special, and I want to say thank you for having us, man. This means a lot to me. If my mother was here, it mean a lot to her as well, because my mother knows how much hard work and time we put into this. So I want to say thank you again, and enjoy the night. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Coach. It's now my honor to recognize 3 Salem High School legends who, along with Jonathan, embodied the Rams' decades of excellence on the gridiron. Recognizing them chronologically, Lydell Mitchell has taken a break from his busy travel schedule to join us. Jay Venuto and A.B. Brown were unable to attend tonight, but they send their regards. Mr. Mitchell is a 1968 graduate who gained over 3,500 rushing yards in his 4-year varsity career. He also played basketball and baseball for Salem. He helped create the modern-style back, equally dangerous running and receiving. As a Penn State senior in 1971, he gained 1,754 all-purpose yards and scored 29 touchdowns for an NCAA record 174 points and was named first-team All-American. Lydell was a second-round pick of the Baltimore Colts and went on to enjoy a 9-year pro career, rushing and receiving yards totaling 9,737. Lydell is ranked 58th in a book titled The 100 Greatest Running Backs, first published in 1989. He was inducted into the Salem County Sports Hall of Fame's inaugural class in the year 2000. Please join me in welcoming star Lydell Mitchell to the podium.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'll try not to talk too long. A lot of people say I do talk too much, but it's certainly a pleasure to be here. I just got back in town, and I was telling Jonathan, he says, hey man, it's great to see you, and I wouldn't miss this for the world. I really wouldn't. And you know, I had a phone call, or first of all, let me say this. I got inducted into the first class. I wasn't able to make it. I gave my speech to Tommy McCarthy, and he read it. And so I want to say to you in person, thank you very much. So I hadn't had a chance to do that. This is my first time here. But I do want to say that it's really hard to believe that 56 years ago I graduated from high school. Boy, that's a long time. But it's a pleasure for me to be up here to talk about this young man. You know, I had a phone call from Tommy McCarthy. He says, man, they got a young guy up here in Salem. You got to see him play. So I think it was Thanksgiving I came up to the game. I had an opportunity to talk to Jonathan after the game. And of course, when I got home, that following Monday, I called James Franklin up. James Franklin is the coach at Penn State.
I said, man, you got to get this guy. You got to get him in here. And of course, you know, it was just, he made the right choice. The only thing that he could have done, you know, he could have maybe followed me because he could have been blue and white in high school. He could have been blue and white in college. And he could have been blue and white in professional football. So there you go. So, but really, it's my pleasure to be here this evening for his induction. I've seen him from afar quite a bit, and every time he does speak about Salem passionately, about the high school, about the town, and this was a great town to grow up when I was younger. I mean, I know it struggles now and has some issues, and it's, you know, it's things go full circle. You know, my old coach in college used to tell us all the time, you know, things get better, they get worse. They never stay the same. And it's going to get better, Mayor. It will. And we're certainly pulling for it to happen. But so, as I said, I saw him from afar, and I watched him while he's been playing professional football. He always has good things to say, very well-mannered, smart young man, and I love it because sometimes you think athletes can't talk, don't know what they're talking about. This young man is very smart. In fact, I can't remember what you studied in college, but it was above me. And that's what I really see. So again, I'm glad I can be here this evening to recognize Jonathan. I know he's got training camp next week, and as you probably hated too, didn't you? Hate training camp. Couldn't stand it. And so he'll be going back to training camp next week. And hey, man, it's great what you do for these young kids. And one thing we can do, being from Salem, I was always proud of Salem, and I'm sure you are too, and I let people know. And, you know, if you tell somebody from Salem, they'll probably say, well, Salem, Massachusetts, you know. But no, we're really proud of this town, and I think, again, it's going to get better and better as we move forward. But it is a great place, and so, again, I just want to say that this guy here promotes it every single time. When he gets an opportunity to talk in front of the camera, he talks about where he's from. And I tell people, I say, you know, I live in Baltimore now, but my home is Salem, New Jersey. That's where I'm from. You can always be from home. We can always go home again. And it feels good to be here this evening with you guys. And I'm just so thankful that I can be here for Jonathan tonight. So again, thank you for having me. I'm glad I could be a part of this. And now we're part of another club. You're inducted into this. So again, thanks.
Thank you so very much. Greatly appreciate that. Just a factoid that everybody should be aware of. Salem turns 350 years old in 2025, October actually of 2025. That means the city of Salem is 10 years older than the city of Philadelphia. It's a factoid to be proud of. There'll be more on that in the near future. I want to take a moment to recognize outstanding football careers of two other Ram greats we previously mentioned. Jay Venuto joined Lydell in the first induction class in the Salem County Sports Hall of Fame. As a Rams quarterback, he led the team to a Group II championship. Among his many high school awards, Jay was named the Philadelphia Inquirer All-Area Quarterback and held the South Jersey record for touchdown passes with 48 at the time. Jay went on to have an outstanding college career at Wake Forest University. He broke every Wake Forest and Atlantic Coast Conference passing record. In 1984, he was ranked 12th among all-time quarterbacks in NCAA Division I-A football. Fittingly, he was inducted into the Wake Forest Hall of Fame. Jay became a football coach with tenures in University of Pittsburgh, Georgia Southern, and Cornell. As Salem's running back A.B. Brown helped the Rams win the Group 2 championship in the 1983 season. Following that year, A.B. went on to Pittsburgh, University of Pittsburgh, and then later transferred to West Virginia University. At WVU, he rushed for 2,000 yards. In the 1988 season, A.B. helped the Mountaineers reach the national championship game where they lost to Notre Dame. During his NFL career, A.B. played 4 seasons with the New York Jets. In a 2004 Today's Sunbeam story, prior to his induction into the Sports Hall of Fame, A.B. said that putting on the Jets uniform for the first time was truly a dream come true. A round of applause for our 2 other star NFL players. I'd like to call Coach Wright back to the lectern. It's your turn to introduce our guest.
So I got to do it. I get to do it again. I get to do it again. So I want to start here. We all talk about the accolades, the NFL accolades, the high school accolades, the college accolades. But to get there, you have a foundation. And I want to, bring up some important people tonight that was a part of Jonathan's success. His mother and father's here tonight. And not only that, his wife, Ayanna Chapman, who was a part of the success as well. So as you go through this, what Jonathan went through as far as being a top student, being on the field every day with a positive attitude, extreme working hard, you do have people who continue to motivate him every day. And the people I just spoke about was the people who continue to motivate him day in and day out. And, without them, I'm pretty sure Jonathan, when he get up here, will speak about them. But without them, we all know, none of this happens. None of this is here without that foundation. So I want to acknowledge them tonight, so thanks for coming. Now, let me start with Jonathan. We could talk all day about Jonathan, but I won't do it. When I talk about Jonathan, I come from the heart. When I coached Jonathan, I was 25 years old, 26. So I was just learning how to become a man myself. I came back to Salem as the head football coach. It was always a dream for me to come back to Salem. And we wanted to do something special. And it just so happened that as I got the job with a kid that I went to church with. I grew up in church with. I watched him grow. I was a part of the family in church. And it made everything so seamless for me. He made it easy for me as a coach. And I want to talk about those things about Jonathan. As we continue to grow on the field, it made me a better coach. Without going to these championship games, day in and day out, I was getting phone calls from Jonathan, Amani, Keenan, Ray, those group of guys, and they were just stand-up. I would listen to them on all the things that they had going into football games, and Jonathan was always ready. If you know Jonathan, he's always ready. I can go in the hallway, and Jonathan's doing jump cuts in the hallway, saying, right, it's Friday night, let's go. He's getting me hyped, and I'm like, it's third period, I got to conserve some energy. So this is the things that Jonathan brought to the table for me as a coach, and it was special. And it also, not only that, it helped build that foundation that you see right there. Without Jonathan, that foundation doesn't exist. Without his buy-in, that foundation is not here. And not only that, he donates so much to this community. I have never seen, it doesn't get talked about enough, I have never seen an athlete who is an NFL athlete who talks about his community and gives back so much to his community. I just never seen that. And Jonathan, you are setting trends. You were opening eyes to a lot of NFL athletes, and not just that, college athletes, to come back and give to their community. And you've always been a trendsetter, and it's always been a pleasure for me to be your coach, to see all the great things you've done and what you're going to continue to do. So I can sit here and talk about the accolades, but I want to talk about the person. The car rides to Harvard, talking, telling me what he wants to do once he gets to college, and it was some things that he would talk about, right, you ever heard this game called Brain Games? I'm like, nah, Jay, I never heard that before. And I actually checked it out, and it was pretty interesting, and it actually brought something out of me like, all right, it's making me think. So these are things that Jonathan brought to me as a coach, he pulled me out my box. He helped me, and I don't think he knows that, but Jonathan, you helped me grow so much as a coach, and I was at a young age, and the things that you brought to the community and this table has been immaculate. And again, I'm just happy in everything you've done, and you're going to continue to do. And you're special, man. You're special with everything you're doing. You just got married. You're doing that's just like, again, you're setting trends to not just us, the whole world. And that's something that I love to see you do, because a lot of people see what you do on Sunday nights, but they don't understand what you do day in and day out for the community in the city of Salem, and not just that, like me, even my household and the friends around you. So just continue to be great. I'm happy to be a part of this night. It's an honor to be a part of this night. I'm glad that God woke me up to be a part of this night, because we won't get this day back, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So as you continue to be successful, just know that you will have this support here. Everybody in this room here tonight cares about Jonathan Taylor. So as you continue to play for the city of Salem, and wear it on your sleeve. There's nothing wrong with wearing it on your sleeve. Wear it on your sleeve day in and day out. Just know we love you and we care for you. So without further ado, Jonathan Taylor.
Careful. Got to be more careful. Damn. Appreciate you, Alex. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very blessed to be up here tonight before you guys. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who made this night possible, no matter the role, because each and every single role is important. And it's imperative that your role was needed. So I thank everyone that made this night possible. I want to give a special shout out, special thanks to my beautiful wife, Ayana, for sticking through me thin and thin throughout this journey. There's really no speech that I have to give tonight. I think Superintendent Dr. Michelle said it best. Tonight's a Salem night. It's not about me, although I'm very thankful, very grateful to be inducted. There's been a long lineage of, I don't even want to say athletes, great people, sitting before one right here tonight, of people to come through Salem County, to be honored amongst them. It's an honor and privilege. But tonight's a Salem night. It's not about me. I want to give a special shout out to the 2021 state champions. You guys are legendary. I don't think if you guys know it or not, but you guys did something that hasn't been done in a long, long time. So I commend you guys for that. But I also want to give a special thanks to my family and friends that are in the front row. Especially shout out to my former teammates, but they're really my brothers. You guys push me day in and day out. Ray, sometimes we down 7 points in a game, you like, come on, it's time to turn up on them. Like, you guys motivated me more than you know, and I thank you guys for that. I thank you guys for being there with me through thick and thin. Like Coach Wright said, that foundation, shout out to my mother and father for being that support, that consistent push to push myself on and off the field. But then also, Coach Wright, you were part of that foundation as well. I think that it's very imperative that certain people are put into positions in order to do really, really great things. And not for themselves, for other people. I've seen the work that you've done day in and day out. For kids, things that you shouldn't have to do. I've seen that personally, firsthand. So I want to thank you for that, because you have a very, very big heart. You have a very big heart, and the kids of Salem need it. They need it. But tonight, I got this chain on. It says 079, and I know the stereotypical, the athlete, he's gonna go and grab a piece of jewelry. Well, I wouldn't grab this because this stands for 08079. This is Salem, New Jersey. This is where I'm from. And I'm gonna always be from Salem, New Jersey. And like everyone who came before me just mentioned, I'm always gonna represent Salem, New Jersey. I'm always gonna try to shed light on Salem, New Jersey, because they don't understand the people that are here. The people here come together for a great cause. And I guess, like the great legend said, things get better, things get worse. But I think right now it's time for things to continue to get better. And I know we have the people to do it in this building and in this county. We have the people to do it. It's a funny story because they mention all these accolades and things that I've done. And the one thing that comes to mind, some people may say one of my best games in my NFL career. Playing Buffalo the previous year, they beat us in the playoffs, so we come back the next year in Buffalo. I go for 5 touchdowns, 185 yards, and the first question they ask me when I come off the field is, how do you feel? And the funny thing is, the only thing I could think about was shout out Salem City, because that's the only thing that was on my mind. But I truly do appreciate everyone being here for this special night. Like I said, there's been a long lineage of people to come through Salem County, so to be named amongst them is a very privilege and it's an honor. I don't take it lightly. Every time I step out on the field, all I think about are the people who helped me get to this point in my life. And I feel as though I would be doing a disservice. As Coach Wright said, I was always ready. I feel like I would be doing a disservice if I wasn't ready, because I know there are a lot of people who would do anything to be in the position that I'm in, and that's why if I can just inspire one person at the camp, one person tonight, doesn't have to be sports, just whatever your passion is, don't let other people project their own fears and boundaries on you. If you feel as though this is what you need to be doing, this is the direction you need to be going in your life, go and put all your energy, put all of your might, all of your soul into it. Because if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody will at all. Lastly, like I said, I'm just blessed to be here, but Salem City can continue to move in the right direction, and it's not just gonna take one person. It's gonna take everyone in this room, board members, officials, it's gonna take everybody, but as I've always done, every single year, every single day, every time I wake up, I believe in the city of Salem. So again, thank you all for joining me this evening. Again, I appreciate everyone who made this night possible, and this night will stick with me. This night will stick with me forever. So again, thank you.
Okay, let's relax for a moment. The script here says, let's give another big round of applause to Jonathan, but I think we just took care of that, but feel free to throw in. Also, the 2021 team, Coach Wright. Good. Lydell Mitchell for joining us this evening. Dr. Michelle for being here to represent the school district and the high school. Thanks to our sponsors and everyone who contributed, but I've got a couple of names I've got to throw out there because these people did an awful lot to prepare. Thank you, Jonathan, for recognizing them in general. But nobody realizes that Bill Clark writes this script for me, and he cringes over on the side, hoping that I don't go too far off of it. But the fact of the matter is he pieced tonight together. He was our producer for this evening. A round of applause for Bill Clark. He's in the room somewhere. Handling our technology tonight, Noah McFadden and Kevin Blair. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Bruce Watkins, who came in on his day off to make sure that we had air conditioning and everything else that we needed to do for today. He came in to cover for someone who became ill. So thank you to Bruce Watkins for coming in. Seal Smith is the director of the foundation, as I mentioned earlier, and she was passionate about getting this together. She was also passionate about making sure it went right and getting volunteers to be here tonight. So those volunteers that Seal asked you or pushed you or voluntold you to be here, stand up and take a bow, please, because the volunteers made a big difference tonight. Seal's the reason I bring a check to work every day. Don't always go home with it, but I always come in with it. So we do appreciate the efforts of all of those individuals, and please join us on August 22nd. I realize you're going to be busy at that point in time. But the next Sports Hall of Fame ceremony will be held on the evening of the 22nd in this room. Excuse me. We'll honor Lex Bleckley, Salem High School graduate James Dickerson, Nick Elmer, James Dennison, SCC alumna and Salem High School graduate Latika Ross, retired Salem High School field hockey coach Donna O'Leary, retired Salem High School softball and girls basketball coach Steve Merritt, Vince Joya, and Steve Lopes. Ceremony begins at 6:30. Now, just two more things before we go out. I ask the audience, please remain seated while the family exits on stage right. And due to contractual obligations, Jonathan is not permitted to give autographs at this session tonight, so please don't ask him. We appreciate that very much. Thank you all for being here this evening. What a wonderful gathering. Salem night here at Salem Community College. Thank you all. You gonna get a picture? Okay, now you can move.